Point of no return. Welcome back, man. We know too much, man. We done seen too much. We been through too much. We experienced it way too much. God done revealed himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you're fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word. I'm laughing because I can see my antenna, man. It look crazy. uh, my name is my name, man. You ever wondered why you have the name that you have? A lot of times they say, yeah, my mama and my daddy, they gave me this name, but who gave you, your mother and your father, that name and that combination and just the way you said it? Because think about it, like when you know you having a kid, man, a lot of times you come up with a different combination of names just trying to see which one feels right, not sound right. You feel me? Gotta feel right. And it's a particular way you spell it, it's a particular way you say it. You know what I'm saying? And people are unique. They have hyphens and abbreviations and just apostrophes and all type of stuff now, you know, in their names. But your name is your name. My name is my name. And once I started looking at my life and I was like, man, why is my life so hard? Like, why has it been so difficult? Like, what is it about me that it seems like life is just so particular and so specific with messing with me? And then I started looking up my name. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to do it, and you could just see how this relates in the real world and how the universe and how even God sees you. So I just go with my first name. I ain't gonna give y'all all my information, but I go with my first name. And I still describe my other names, but we'll start with my first name, Stephen. It means crown or wreath. Um, that name is associated with royalty, power, and victory. And then you got to remember, one of the biggest Stephens to ever exist was Saint Stephen. He was the first Christian martyr who died around 35 AD. You feel me? He got stoned to death because he believed in Christ. You feel me? And he was the first one. Feel me? For all the Christians, it would be like, nah, I live my life on the line. You feel me? So that just shows the weight that comes with me being named after somebody like that. My middle name means priceless and inestimable worth. You know what I'm saying? It's also associated with royalty. My last name means commander of the army. Means in this country, you feel me, like my family was known for liberating, educating, and empowering the abused, misled, and enslaved. Like my people came over here free. And then they saw the conditions of other people and they started doing what they had to do on the front lines and all the way to government to help our people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm known to rebel. I'm known to have that spirit to look at things and question them and understand, like, nah, if it's not the right thing to do, if it's not the right thing to say, if it's not the right thing to be a part of, then I don't want to be a part of it, regardless of how many people are a part of it or how much effort that goes into propaganda to make you believe a lie, make you believe something that's good for you that is not. You know what I'm saying? And then you fall in love with your name, you fall in love with yourself, you fall in love with the journey. So then you put everything together and you be like, okay, that's why the world gives me such a hard time, because I'm going against the grain. I'm looking at the conditions of God's people, and I'm looking at the conditions of where we are as a society and as a culture and as a humanity. And a lot of people are asleep and a lot of people are brain dead and they tone deaf and they do not live in everyday life. They are being herded like a pack of misguided sheep that's being led to slaughter. You're here to save as many as you can and just introduce God to their life, and then God meet them wherever they at. And if they allow God to show up and get in their life, you feel me, then their life changes when they put in the work along with the faith. So you a disruptor. You feel me? If you name Stephen, you feel me, you a true disruptor, and you are a true leader, and you are a natural born leader. And as much as you tried to run from your purpose, as much as you tried to run for your light, as much as you tried to run and hide from who you are, you can't. Eventually had to come out. Like, people who are not able to be who they are, you literally go crazy. you literally have mental breakdowns. You literally have disagreements with society. You literally have arguments over what you believe and what you stand on. And that's because you understand that God is real. That's the truth. And can't nobody distract you or take you away from that. That's what people need to start. They want to start everywhere else. No, man, start right there. There's a creator. There's somebody, something bigger than me and you. There's somebody that put all this into motion. This ain't just come out of nowhere. And until people can start right there at the basic and the fundamental and the foundation and the creation of life, then you can't get no sense. You can't get no straight path to nowhere, because you're just going to be running in circles trying to fulfill this void that only God and only your purpose and only your promise that's over your life can fulfill. You feel me? So once you start living up to your name and you start living up to who you are, then you start getting proud and you start standing on it. And then you know what happens, right? When people saying something, man, like, I do this, and put that on something. When they telling a story, when they want to see if you telling the truth for someone, don't you put it on somebody's name? We ain't supposed to swear, you feel me? But before I ain't know that was a sin, that's what we say. I put that on, you feel me? Or we put that on moms, we put that on whatever association you with. That's the same thing. So now that you are bringing forth value and increasing the equity and the worth in your name, you establishing a reason for other people to want to be named after you. So they gonna carry on that same weight, that same road, that same path, that same journey that you on, and they gonna have to deal with the same fundamental attacks by the enemy. They gonna come attack your mind. You feel me? They gonna come attack your emotions. Those are the two things that they really attack, your mind and your emotions, because if they could get you to think that you are less than who you think you are, boom, they won. If they can get you to believe that you can't control your emotions, that you easily trigger, you easily set off, you easily manipulated as far as energy, like somebody could come make you sad when you was just happy, when you was just up, or somebody can say something to you and it could bother you and it could really mess with you, you feel me? And it shouldn't. Those are the type of things that could keep you from being who you are. So once you start, again, establishing your name, you feel me? Then you meet other people and they give you a name. Like my wife gave me Slim. That was my nickname. When we was doing what we was doing, you feel me? When we ain't want nobody to know I was Slim, she Sugar, you feel me? And then Slim turned into something else, because once I started living and just growing up and just becoming a man, everything that was happening that was given to me was meaning something. So somebody came to me one day and they was like, man, you should make Slim mean something. So I was like, SLIMM. And I was just sitting there and it came fast, simply living in my moment. And I was like, what that mean? And then I just started explaining to myself, you feel me? And then it gave me another name to live up to. So now I'm Mr. Moment, you feel me? Now I'm always alive. Like I'm never detached from the present. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking in the past. I'm not looking too far in the future. No, man, if something going on right now and if something occurring right now, good, bad, or indifferent, man, I'm here. And I'm reacting or not reacting in real time. You know what I'm saying? So I lived on that name and I ate on that name and I created a brand off this name and I established music and monikers and poetry and acts and all these things based on this name, who I really am. You feel me? It's no difference. Slim Steven, you know, people say they got altered. No, man, I am all that I am. You just have different sides of you, different shades, different hues, different colors of you. And if you live life, then you have an experience to present, expose, and release all these pieces of you appropriately, bro. And you not just one thing. You can't walk around here just being just angry. You can't walk around. It ain't just always peaches and cream all the time. So being able to be appropriate, being able to react and respond to life in real time and be on it, that's a blessing. Because a lot of people wait till it's too late to say something, or they don't say nothing at all, or they say something when they feel safe. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? In the moment, you feel me? But you always living in the moment. You always speaking, being in the moment, man, and it's unapologetic. You feel me? So you just keep pushing, you keep being you. So eventually you get this relationship with God, right? And then remember, God is the one who gave your parents the name to name you, because he already had a function for you. So really that's the purpose of your name. It's showing your function, it's showing your rank, it's showing your relationship with God. Your name isn't just something that you put on a piece of paper or something that somebody just yells out to get your attention that you've been trained to answer to because that's what you've been called your whole life. No, it actually means something and actually exposes a deeper reason why you named that name. So again, it shows your function. It shows your purpose and it shows your relationship with God all in the name. So then you get to walk with God. And then the beautiful thing is he'll rename you. Because it's just like your parents when they give you a nickname. You know what I'm saying? Your family name. My family name, Boo. I love to play peekaboo. So everybody in my family call me Boo. That's always stuck. When you walk with God, is the same thing. I call Jesus Doc. You know what I'm saying? I know he's here to fix us and save us all. So when I talk to Jesus, that's what I pray. When I just call him Doc. You feel me? That's real talk. But when you walk with God, then he'll rename you. And one day I was praying with God and talking with God, and I just always, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I don't be knowing what to say, but it's like I know I need him at that time. So I literally just call his name. I'll just be like, God. And then he'd be like, I got you. And then one day he said, I'm always with you. For some reason, it stuck and it hit different. So immediately I'm inquisitive. I went to, you know what I'm saying, my search, and I was like, okay, what's a name for I'm always with you? Because that's what I'm going to name myself, because that's what I feel like God is saying, like he always with me everywhere I go. And it said Emmanuel. That's meaning God is always with us. God is always with you. God is always with me. You know what I'm saying? So that made me really think about my purpose. And I was like, man, I always talk about sticking with God and just taking them everywhere you go. You feel me? And that made perfect sense. And it just showed my function. So if God is always with me everywhere I go, there is God. So you literally living, breathing, and carrying out the function of your name if you just live in your purpose naturally. And a lot of people don't even know, like, it's ways to find out who you are and what you've been put here to do if you look in the right places and use the information the right way. A lot of people got the wisdom, truth, knowledge, and understanding, but they don't know how to apply it to real life. So therefore it is invaluable. Has no value because you don't know how to make it real. You don't know how to really see the terminology and the definition in real life and be able to apply it to your real life and see how life is messing with you and how you're supposed to react and respond to life in order to continue to live up to your name and then continue to educate and teach others who has this name. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see the gift and the curse in your name, and it's up to you what you see, because it's going to be hard for everybody. Like, everybody got their own set of problems, situations, circumstances. Just like when people say zodiac signs and all these things, all these people, you can look at certain diseases, certain disorders, like they all have certain characteristics that's alike usually in the people that have that certain disease or disorder. This is the same thing. When you have your name and it's people that have the same name or the same birthdays, you're going to experience some of the same things in life. So the minute and the moments that you take time to be aware of what's going on with you and educate yourself, you can use that information to educate other people. So man, I just said all that to say, man, my name is my name. So once I figured out why I was named what I was named and what they meant, it gave me more clarity to my purpose and to my promise that God got on my life. And then here's the key, here's the bonus. I'm named after my mama, you feel me? So her name, of course, Stephanie, is the female version, derivative of Stephen, you feel me? So I'm her junior, so I look at her life and just the hardships and just the path that she had to walk and just how she carried herself. And I'm the oldest, her firstborn, so a lot of her direct traits when she was at her most purest and most just, you know what I'm saying, delicate stage, she had me. So she was totally, you know what I'm saying, herself. So I got a lot of those characteristics and a lot of those traits strong, you know what I'm saying? And then she an important woman in what she do. She's a high-ranking nurse in the state that we come from. So she do her thing. So it just gave me more and more to look up to. So I had to look at my daddy, who's a, you know, great man, and then I had to look at my mama, who's a great figure, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, man, I got to fulfill this, but I didn't really see it as pressure. I looked at it as experience and education to help me go through my life. My mama has helped me so much and helped me understand myself so much just by explaining who I am, you know what I'm saying, and just why I put here, and just telling me that life is a mirage, is not always what it seems. Same thing with my dad telling me it's hard for being with our last name and things like that, and just preparing me for life and understand, don't take it personal. Get to business, handle it, become who you're going to become regardless of what comes your way. You already know what you're here for. Do it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have opposition. You're going to have things come against you. But again, it's your job to stand against that opposition and do what God has put on your heart and commissioned you to do. But my name is my name. Till then, next time, Slim.